Well, we knew it was only a matter of time. As Donald Trump continues to flood Washington with his executive orders, the self-tanner enthusiast president has sent a letter to the military, and it should alarm you. I'm David Reddish. Welcome to Occupy Democrats. If this week has already exhausted you, you can be forgiven. In just 3 days, we've already seen the nincompoopery of Tulsi Gabbard, RFK, and Kash Patel's confirmation hearings. We watched Elon Musk, a Trump appointee to a non-existent department of the government, try to dismantle USAID and use his pack of adolescent frat boys to steal the personal information of everyone listed in the US Treasury. And since we all pay taxes, that's like everybody. And we've seen Trump endorse mass deportations and ethnic cleansing in Gaza. Watch him announce Trump Tower there with a great sea view for his real estate empire. Apologies if that statement made you nauseous. But fair warning, what's coming in this story might also make you sick. Stay tuned. In other words, it's been a week. And while this week has also seen the Democrats begin major pushback efforts, Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer are filing the Stop the Steal Act designed to kick the muskrat-in-chief out of government, and Representative Al Green, not to be confused with the singer of the same name, took to the House floor. Actually, it's just satisfying to watch. Can we look at this?
To whom it may concern, ethnic cleansing in Gaza is not a joke, especially when it emanates from the President of the United States, the most powerful person in the world, when he has the ability to perfect what he says. Ethnic cleansing in Gaza is no joke, and the Prime Minister of Israel should be ashamed, knowing the history of his people, to stand there and allow such things to be said. Ethnic cleansing has been a crime against humanity. And I stand here today in the well to denounce what was said, to denounce what the president said, to denounce the complicity of the Prime Minister of Israel, and to remind people that Dr. King was right. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And injustice in Gaza is a threat to justice in the United States of America. I rise to announce that the movement to impeach the president has begun. I rise to announce that I will bring articles of impeachment against the president for dastardly deeds proposed and dastardly deeds done.
It just feels comforting to hear someone throw impeachment around and call out the atrocity in Gaza. Moving on. Amid all the chaos that has become the trademark of the Trump Muskrat administration, a little piece of paperwork has begun to circulate within the U.S. military. At best, it will leave you infuriated, and at worst, it will leave you rushing for the latrine. The memo in question, issued last night, and which the Washington Post has verified as authentic, comes from Chad Foster, a deputy Army commandant. It concerns social clubs within the military, and to be clear, we're not blaming Chad Foster for this memo. As he notes, he's only following the directives put forward in Trump's executive orders. So, what's in the memo? Well, let's have a look. We're not going to read you the whole thing, but here's the gist of it. Effective immediately, all Directorate of Cadet Activities sanctioned clubs listed below are hereby disbanded. This directive cancels all trip sections, meetings, events, and all other activities associated with these clubs. Moreover, these clubs are not authorized to continue informal activities using government time, resources, or facilities. The following clubs are hereby disbanded: the Asian Pacific Forum Club, the Contemporary Cultural Affairs Seminar Club, the Corbin Forum, the Japanese Forum Club, Korean American Relations Seminar, the Latin Cultural Club, National Society of Black Engineers Club, Native American Heritage Forum, Society for Hispanic Professional Engineers, the Society for Women Engineers, Spectrum, which I believe is an LGBT club, and the Vietnamese American Cadet Association. All clubs listed in paragraph 3 of this memorandum are directed to permanently cease all activities, and will unpublish, deactivate, archive, or otherwise remove all public-facing content. Jumping down just a little bit here, the Directorate of Cadet Activities is directed to review and reevaluate all other sanctioned clubs not listed in paragraph 3 to ensure that they are aligned with applicable presidential executive orders. So, it looks like the Trump administration's attempts at ending DEI extended to erasing any notion of diversity from existing military personnel. Here's where my fear kicks in. Evaluating these different clubs or even disbanding them would mean that the Army would have a record of the club's membership, and that could result in the Army targeting various cadets. In essence, that would mean targeting military personnel for their race, gender, ethnicity, sexuality, heritage, or just their general associations with one another. In other words, this could be the beginning of a new Army witch hunt, the likes of which we haven't seen since the Red Scare in the 1950s. In case you don't remember that dark chapter from history class, the period involved extended congressional hearings led by Senator Joseph McCarthy to root out supposed communist sympathizers. In reality, it targeted patriotic Americans who were perceived by the Republican Party as potential rivals. It was also used to target LGBT people in government. Many had their lives destroyed by the hearings. So does this new Army memo pretend a rainbow scare? A purging of anyone who wanted to celebrate his heritage or identity? I guess we'll see. Other similar purges have taken place since the days of McCarthy. For example, in the early 2000s, George W. Bush ordered the military to fire all queer Arabian translators at a time their services were badly needed. Any kind of purge of this type only weakens the military, and by proxy, the United States itself. So this is where we are. Donald Trump would rather hurt the United States in the name of bigotry rather than embrace a stronger, more diverse nation. With that attitude, all of us suffer. No matter how chaotic things in Washington get, count on us here at Occupy Democrats to keep you up to date on this story. I'm David Reddish.